Number 10. Stop thinking like a victim. This is where poverty traps most people, not in their wallet, but in their mind. If your first reaction to your situation is, life isn't fair or I can't catch a break, you've already given your power away. Yes, life might be unfair. Yes, you might have been dealt a harder hand. But guess what? Nobody's coming to save you. Complaining doesn't pay the bills. The people who climb out of poverty are the ones who stop rehearsing their problems and start rehearsing solutions. The moment you decide that no one is going to hand you a better life, and it's on you to create one, you've already separated yourself from 90% of the crowd. That mental shift doesn't put money in your pocket overnight, but it does change how you see every opportunity, and that changes everything. If you're still here, that already tells me something. You're serious about changing your situation. Most people click away the second they feel uncomfortable. Not you. Number 9. Get obsessed with learning skills, not just earning wages. Here's where most people get trapped. They're constantly trading time for money, clocking in and out, and wondering why their paycheck never stretches. It's because wages have a ceiling. Skills don't. Poverty teaches you to survive. Skills teach you to escape. Whether it's learning sales, coding, marketing, video editing, copywriting, skills multiply your options. You don't need a college degree for most of this stuff anymore. YouTube is free. Libraries are free. Courses are cheap compared to the cost of staying broke for life. The uncomfortable reality is that you can outlearn your circumstances, but only if you put in the hours. Every successful person you admire didn't just get lucky. They built a toolkit that made them valuable, and people pay for value. If you want to break free, stop asking, how can I earn more hours? And start asking, what skill would make me worth 10 times more per hour? Number 8. Kill the instant gratification mindset. Short-term choices that cost you long-term freedom. I'm talking about those daily dopamine hits, fast food, drinks every weekend, the latest sneakers, another subscription you barely use. Poor people fall for this because it feels like survival. I deserve this little treat. Life is already hard. But let's be real, those little treats add up. You think you're spending $10, but over a year, that's rent money, investment money, escape money. Wealth isn't built by starving yourself of joy, but by delaying gratification long enough to put money into assets instead of liabilities. The painful truth is that most people stay broke not because they can't make money, but because they can't stop spending it the second they get it. If you want out of poverty, you've got to build the muscle of saying no to what feels good now so you can say yes to what feels incredible later. Number 7. Cut out toxic environments. This one hurts because it's usually close to home. Poverty thrives in circles, friends, family, coworkers who normalize struggle, excuses, and mediocrity. If you're constantly surrounded by people who are broke, complaining, and telling you that wanting more makes you greedy, guess what? You'll stay exactly where you are. Energy is contagious. If everyone around you is satisfied with surviving, you'll start to believe survival is all you can hope for. The hard step is distancing yourself from people who keep you anchored to the same struggles. That doesn't mean you abandon everyone. It means you choose carefully who you spend your time with. Find mentors online. Listen to voices that push you to grow. Hang around people who make you uncomfortable because they're ahead of you. Poverty is comfortable. Growth isn't. If you want to rise, you need to stop breathing the air of people who are content drowning. By the way, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. I love seeing how far these videos travel. Number 6. Master the boring basics of money. I'll be blunt. Poverty thrives on chaos. No budget, no plan, no clarity, and the cure is boring. Tracking your spending, paying yourself first, building a small emergency fund, cutting debt. It doesn't sound exciting, but it's the foundation that keeps you from constantly falling back down. Most people ignore this step because they're chasing a magic shortcut like lottery wins and miracle side hustles. But the truth is, wealth is built on boring repetition. When you know exactly where your money is going, when you have a plan for every dollar, and when you prioritize saving and investing before spending, you stop being a slave to the paycheck cycle. Poverty is expensive, discipline is cheap. Which one are you choosing? Number 5. Build multiple streams of income. Relying on a single paycheck is like balancing on one leg. It only takes one bad day, one layoff, one emergency, and you're flat on the floor. Poverty keeps people in survival mode because they only have one stream keeping them alive. The wealthy? They've got rivers, side hustles, investments, rental income, digital products. Whatever it is, they don't depend on one employer to dictate their life. And don't think you need thousands of dollars to start. Even something small like freelancing, a skill online, flipping items, running a service in your community can create a trickle of cash that turns into a flow. Multiple streams don't just bring more money, they bring peace of mind. When you're not desperate, you make better decisions, and better decisions are exactly what get you out of poverty. Number 4. Get brutally disciplined with your time. This might be the most underrated currency you've got. Money can come and go, but time doesn't refund you. And yet, most broke people spend it like it's infinite, binge-watching shows, scrolling social media, wasting weekends like they've got another life waiting. Poverty thrives in distraction. The wealthy, on the other hand, guard their hours like treasure. If you want out, you need to start treating your time like money. Every wasted hour is a bill you can't pay, an opportunity you didn't chase, a skill you didn't sharpen. That doesn't mean you can't rest. It means you schedule your rest. You prioritize progress, and you cut out the time drains that do nothing but keep you stuck. The blunt truth, if you can't master your time, you'll never master your money. So stick with me, because the higher we go on this list, the harder the truth gets, but also the more life-changing. Number 3, shift from consumer to creator. This is one of the sharpest divides between poverty and wealth. Poor people consume endlessly, content, products, entertainment. They're always on the receiving end. Rich people, they're the ones producing. They're the ones selling the shows, the ads, the businesses, the platforms. And here's the thing, with the internet today, anyone can shift to the other side. You can create content, build a service, sell knowledge, design products. The barrier isn't money anymore, it's mindset. The second you start asking, how can I produce value instead of just consuming it? Your brain shifts gears. You start spotting opportunities instead of scrolling past them. And even if you don't hit gold on the first try, every attempt builds leverage. Consumption keeps you entertained. Creation gets you free. Number 2, take responsibility for everything. This is going to sting, but it's necessary. As long as you blame the government, your boss, your parents, the economy, your ex, or your circumstances, you'll stay broke. Why? Because you're waiting for something outside your control to fix your life. Responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. It means you accept that it's your job to deal with it. Even if you didn't cause the problem, you're the only one who can solve it. That shift is liberating, because the moment you own your results, you also own your power to change them. Most people run from responsibility because it feels heavy. But here's the twist. Poverty is heavier. Debt is heavier. Regret is heavier. Responsibility might feel like a burden, but it's actually the key that unlocks the exit door. Number 1, invest in yourself. At the top of this list, above every strategy, every hustle, every tip, is you. You are the asset. Your mindset, your skills, your health, your network. Those are the things that determine whether you stay trapped or you rise out. Poverty convinces you to neglect yourself, to burn out at dead-end jobs, to never learn, to eat cheap garbage, to stay comfortable. Wealth begins when you flip that script and say, I'm worth more. That means reading books instead of wasting hours online. It means taking courses, hitting the gym, eating better, surrounding yourself with winners, and constantly upgrading who you are. Every dollar you put into improving yourself, whether that's knowledge, fitness, or connections, pays you back tenfold in the future. When you grow, your opportunities grow. And that's how you break the cycle. If you are seriously looking to level up financially, watch this next video right here.